the Lord is. For he shall be like a tree planted by the waters, that spreadeth out her roots by the rivers, and shall not see when heat come, but her leaves shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of drought, neither shall cease from yielding fruit. And we know the other part, that the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. And who can know it? The Lord searches the heart. I mean, no, God searches the heart. But this is my point, is verse 7. It said, blessed is the man that trusted in the Lord. Again, that word trust means to have confidence, to believe in. Pretty much like faith. Amen. Blessed is the man that trusted in the Lord, whose hope is expectation, whose hope the Lord is. For he shall be like a tree planted by the waters, that spreadeth out her root by the rivers. How many know that we're supposed to be rooted and grounded? The scripture talks about being rooted and grounded by the rivers of living water. But blessed is the man that trusted in the Lord. How many know we're blessed because we trust in the Lord? We're prosperous because we trust in the Lord. Because we trust Him. Amen. I want to do something here. And we're going to do a couple more scriptures and we're going to get ready to get out of here. Amen. And I've already read this pretty much. Proverbs chapter 3, 5, and 6. You know this by heart. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit unto Him, and He shall make your path straight. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. How many know we got to trust God with all of our heart? With everything on the inside of us. When you trust somebody with all your heart, that means, God, I trust you with everything. God wants us to trust Him with everything on the inside of us, with our whole heart. Meaning with every circumstance, with every situation in life, God wants us to have confidence. That means when sickness comes, when poverty comes, when death knocks at our door, God, I trust in you. I'm not going to believe what the enemy is trying to do, but I'm going to have faith. I'm going to have confidence in your word. Isn't that something? Trust in the Lord. And listen to what He said. He said, don't lean to your own understanding. Don't you try to figure it out. Okay? I mean, that's what the problem is. We trying to figure out, Lord, how we going to do this? Lord, how I'm going to pay this? How this going to work out with my family? How this going to work out with my bills? How this going to work out doing this? How this going to work out doing that? Amen. Even the scripture tells us in Matthew 6, He said, give no thought for tomorrow shall take thought for itself. Amen. How many know we just got to trust God in every circumstances of life? We got to be confident. And when you're confident, you walk in peace. When you're walking in faith, you're walking in peace. Y'all know Abraham had to have peace to walk off and leave Uriah and leave his hometown, leave his father, leave his mother, and go look for a city that God had told him to go find. He didn't know where he was going. He was just on a journey of faith. It takes confidence to do that. And likewise, what else is going to take confidence for us? To trust the Lord concerning His word. Because how many know sometimes the circumstances are going to tell you, Brother Boy, Adrenda, it just ain't going to work. It ain't going to happen. It just seems like ain't nothing working out the way we wanted to work out. Now, how many know we got to be confident? And I'm not, and understand me, I'm not picking, but what I'm saying is this. We got to get an attitude of faith, an attitude of confidence. That our God is bigger than our circumstances. He's called El Elyon. He's the Most High God. That's right. God is bigger than your circumstances. He's far above all principalities and power. There's nothing the devil can do, amen, to defeat you. Why? Because you serve the Most High God. You serve Elohim. You serve El Elyon. Amen? And he's bigger than anything that you can face. So be confident today. I just want to encourage you. Be confident. And that's what God put in my heart tonight. He said, tell my people to have confidence. Don't give up. Amen. And I know sometimes it don't look good. Just imagine, here Moses and the children of Israel, they going into the desert. And Pharaoh and his army behind them. And the Red Sea is in front of them. And God telling Moses to lead them out. And it looked like they're going to die. But Moses kept faith in God, and God parted the Red Sea. And then later, what did he do? He swallowed up Pharaoh and his army, amen, in the Red Sea, right? So what I'm trying to tell you today is this. If you'll trust God, God will defeat your enemies, and God will, amen, and God will bring his word to pass in your life. Proverbs 16:3. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he shall establish your plan. Wow, did you hear that? Submit to the Lord whatever you do, and he shall establish your plan. Whatever it is you want to do, you submit it to the Lord. And God will establish his plan. Isaiah 43:2. When you pass through the water, I will be with you. When you pass through the rivers, they shall not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze. How many know that sometimes it feels like we're in the storm? Amen. And we are. We're in the fire. We're being tested. But he says here in Isaiah, he said, listen, I ain't going to let this stuff burn you up. I ain't going to let it destroy you. You're going to come through this. Amen. And you ain't going to even smell like smoke, Brenda. All right. So we ought to be confident today. And that's pretty much what I want to do today. Just to encourage you as the church to be confident. I don't care what's going on in your family, what's going on at home, what's going on in your finances. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not to your own understanding. Being confident of this very thing, that he which has begun this work in you will finish it. One translation said he will perform it. And that's something we got to get in our spirit. It's God's job to perform his word. And we said before, the word perform means to, amen, to complete, to finish, to bring forth. I know God's going to bring forth his word. That ain't your job. You know, we spend too much time and too much effort trying to do things for God. We can't do it. We don't have the power to do it. You know, but it's God's responsibility, amen, to fulfill his word. And again, amen. I told y'all we were going to be up here longer than that. You can't, I'm going to give you these scriptures right quick. You can read them in Nehemiah 6 and 16. Y'all remember Nehemiah in the building of the wall, right? They tried to discourage him. You know, enemies came up against him. But how many of Nehemiah said, amen, he couldn't come down off the wall. He had to work and he couldn't fit. Amen, he couldn't come out. And I mean, we got to be the same way. We got to be like Nehemiah. Amen. We can't afford to allow our circumstances to call us to come off the wall. And what I mean off the wall, to stop us from doing what God has called us to do. Amen. So being confident, isn't that amazing? Being confident that God will fulfill his word. Yes. Hallelujah. And Isaiah 32 and 17, Philippians 4:13, we know that we can do all things through Christ, which strengthens us. So tonight I just want to encourage you. Amen. And I think I've given y'all some of these scriptures. We're going to get out of here in just a minute. Y'all know Psalms 91 by heart, don't you? Whosoever dwell in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge, my fortress, my God in whom I trust. I know that we got to have, amen, if you abide under His shadow, if you abide under the shadow of the Almighty, we ought to trust Him. We ought to believe Him. We ought to have confidence that God is going to do what He said. Amen? Amen. Amen. James 1 and 6. But when ye ask, ye must believe and not doubt. Because the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea. Amen. Tossed by every wind and doctrine. I mean, know that when you ask God for something, you got to be confident. You got to have faith that God is going to bring it to pass. And we already quoted Hebrews 10:35. He said, cast not away your confidence, which has great recompense and reward. That your confidence is going to, amen, it's going to pay you. It's going to compensate you. If you hold on and you have faith, one translation said, Hebrews 11, said, now faith is the title deed to what you believe in God for. How many know that when you lose your faith, you lose the right to possess the promises of God? Amen? Because your faith is the title deed. So if I lose my faith, I lose the right to possess the promises. So I encourage you again, be confident. And that's really what we're talking about tonight. Amen. Having confidence in God. Being confident. And the first scripture we had came out of Philippians 1, 6, and 7. And the Lord spoke to me. He said, tell my people to have confidence, to believe me. And so I'm done. We're going to get ready to get out of here. I'm finished. Done, finished with however you want to say it. I'm finished for tonight. Amen. And so I want to encourage you again, being confident that He which have begun this work in you will finish it to the day of Jesus Christ.